As ancient Sumerian and Babylonian commerce expanded, merchants had to track massive caravans and coordinate vast grain distributions. The sheer volume of this trade soon outpaced the limits of human memory and finger counting. These civilizations needed a way to physically store data outside their own minds. This 5,000-year-old clay tablet shows an early solution. Notice the circular indentations stamped alongside the cuneiform script. These represent numerical values permanently recorded in a physical medium. Before baked clay, accountants used a much faster interface. The word abacus likely stems from the Semitic ebek or the Greek abacos, both meaning dust. Early calculators simply spread a layer of sand across a slab and traced temporary lines to tally their goods. Over centuries, those sandboards evolved into solid boards marked with permanent grooves. The Romans used metal guides to hold sliding counters, which eventually led to the efficient system of wooden beads strung along parallel wires. This evolution resulted in the invention of humanity's first discrete calculating machine, a device that transformed abstract math into a tangible tool. This is the classical abacus. A central horizontal bar divides the grid into two decks. On this configuration, the lower deck holds 5 beads on each vertical rod, while the upper deck holds exactly 2. The grid relies on place value, scaling by powers of 10 moving left. The upper deck acts as a multiplier. A single upper bead equals 5 lower beads on the same rod, meaning one upper bead in the hundreds equals 500. To record these values, a bead must be physically pushed against the central horizontal bar. Until it touches that divider, it is not considered counted and possesses a value of 0. By mapping specific magnitudes to this physical layout, the abacus successfully translates abstract base 10 logic into a tactile hardware interface. Operating this hardware requires the exchange method. This is the operational software that tells the user how to manipulate the beads to process data. Addition uses simple trades. Clear 5 lower beads to slide down one upper 5 bead. 2 5 beads clear to activate a 10 bead leftward. Multiplication uses spatial partitioning, storing the multiplier on top rods while building numbers below to calculate the product. Division follows a similar logic, isolating quantities into groups of 5 and mapping them systematically across the rods to determine the quotient. Sliding these beads through the exchange method transforms manual counting into the physical execution of a mathematical algorithm. Around 700 CE, the dominance of the abacus began to decline in Europe. Hindu mathematicians developed a written numeral system that included a symbol for 0, fundamentally changing how numbers were recorded. Once Arabic scholars transmitted these written numerals to Europe, calculating on paper became so efficient that physical counting boards were eventually rendered obsolete in Western commerce. However, the abacus remained the primary computational engine across Asia and the Middle East for centuries. In these regions, students continued to use the device to master high-speed mental arithmetic, learning to visualize the movement of beads with incredible precision. The logic of the abacus relies on a discrete state. A bead is either moved to the bar to be counted, or it is not. This same principle of using physical states to represent numerical values is what allows a modern transistor to store a bit of data. The modern computer is the high-speed, electrified descendant of ancient architecture, a machine that still relies on the same logic of shifting physical states to process